Hey guys, we are here at
The Biohackers World Conference.
in Chicago. Super excited to be here, checking out all the new stuff, new technologies, new theories,
Friends.
new trends. There's going to be speakers, there's going to be breakout sessions. So really excited to be a part of this one.
Totally. And now, it's here in Chicago, so it's close to our home base.
Yes.
So we thought it would be great to do that. And then from all that we learned, any tidbits and nuggets we will share with everyone. And so,
Sauna.
so all right. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
So,
Sauna.
so
We have gone through 3 sessions
yes.
at the Biohackers Conference.
Yeah.
And I am like buzzing. I'm
Okay.
buzzing.
So right now, what we're going to give you guys is a kind of like a brief recap of so far how the conference is going, and then also give you a little insights on those 3 different topics,
Yeah.
right? And really, just be honest, some of them resonated with me, and some didn't, and then some resonated with Donna.
All of them resonated.
Oh, okay. Well, I ain't gonna speak for Donna. Some resonated with me, some didn't. And we're going to explain what resonated with us and not. Okay?
Okay, so we're going to start out with the first, which was now I forgot the name of the product. Code.
I can't even remember the first one. That's the one that least resonated with me. What was the topic?
Dr. Kim. And she was talking about
about the yes.
nutrition.
Yes.
But at a neurogenetic level.
Actually, it did speak I stand corrected. It wasn't that one. Did you say a total of 4?
No.
Okay.
The beginning, they did an intro.
Yeah. So,
That's
aspects of it actually grabbed my attention on hers, but not completely.
Yeah.
But
the neurogenetics, real quick, neurogenetics is basically taking your DNA, figuring out at the base level what you may or may not
in terms of nutrients,
a nutrient
profile,
may be lacking, and then having vitamins specifically cater to what your specific needs are.
It's a unique, personalized blend,
which
based off of your genetic bio.
Right. Which, if you watch our episode around if you could build a world, what would it be like? You will recall that I talked about doing a body scan, which I did see body scans being done inside.
Okay.
Doing a body scan, figuring out what you needed, and then having your diet catered.
Yeah, but this one is not a body scan. They use blood work.
They do blood work, but it's a DNA test.
Yes.
So you do
you're scanning the DNA.
You're doing a DNA test to figure out what you need and then having it catered to you. So slightly different than how I was thinking about it.
You visualized it, but similar to the overall concept and implementation.
So it is here, it is live, you can get it.
We are in this world.
I will put in the comments what the name of the company was, and you can check it out. I can't remember right now. Okay, the second one.
Okay.
The second one was about nitrous oxide.
Yeah.
And how oral health and what we do with fluoride and mouthwash actually prohibits our ability to create nitrous oxide.
Yes, because we're killing off certain key bacteria that's part of our body that resides on our body and our mouth and the various areas that does help us break down certain things so that we can absorb the nutrients or ward off certain things. And fluoride, those things are cleansers. They kill everything.
Yeah, the good and the bad.
The bacteria process. And so then it impacts nitrogen either production or absorption at times with the body. That's what this one doctor indicated.
Nobel Prize winning trained doctor.
Yes.
So we will put also that they have a nitrous oxide lozenge that you can take to help your body get the nitrous oxides that it needs so that your cells actually function correctly.
And one thing is about, particularly with nitric oxide, and why it resonated with me was more NO2 levels, NO levels, nitric oxide levels are really, really applicable. And I remember it was one episode when we was out in the forest and I talked about this a little bit.
Yes.
Yes. And it's about basically about blood flow and then blood vessels opening up and being more of a delivery system. So sometimes people are like, why is nitric oxide is important? Because it's really, really, really important about around blood flow. Yeah. And so there's certain things that are chronic, such as erectile dysfunction. Yeah. Most of that people don't really understand. That's basically a lack of blood flow happening with the body. Diabetes, which you're talking about the insulin reduction, making it difficult for blood flow. That's why people have to get limbs amputated. Blood flow in terms of healing of wounds. And so if you
they showed some topical uses of nitrous oxide for wound healing, like very quickly in diabetics.
Yeah. So you need to probably think about nitric oxide more as a trigger to either incite or solicit what the other part of the blood flow and circulation, what the benefit is of having good blood flow and circulation, or the problems of lacking blood flow and circulation, right? You need nitric oxide to help improve that or generate for a better blood flow. And so it's a one step to a bigger step to another step that ends up happening either with disease or healing or recovery due to having some type of disease. And that's the best way I think to how I think about it. Yeah. Understand it.
Yeah. Okay. And then the third one. Yes. Which, okay. He said I could get something, y'all. He said it in the thing. No take back. But okay, this one is like, I was like, oh, so excited. So we went and visited their booth prior to going in.
But explain what it is, because you.
Okay, I know.
They don't know.
It's so exciting. So this one is quantum technology. So we're talking about vibrations. We're talking about your bioenergy field and how all of the devices that we have now interrupt the signals that we should be getting that help our bodies function properly. So Leela Quantum Technology is here, and they brought some of their quantum tech, and it helps to cleanse off and block some of those negative EMFs so that our bodies can continue to function properly.
And now I want to point out, because I think at first I was thinking about it like this, and I think it is one proper way of thinking about it, but not complete as I got through the conversation, the whole presentation. One is about as a restorative method, right? It's like, oh, I'm having problems, migraines and things of that nature. This technology is blocking out certain things, and then it's getting me to feel better and improve. I also think about it as more of making it zero out, and like, think about kind of like in carbon emissions, right? You want to get to a zero state. So you block as much as the pollutants coming in, you're just stopping the negative effects of those pollutants ever impacting you or making you worse, right? So even if it doesn't improve a particular state, it may not exacerbating or causing other conditions to develop by blocking out, because using the quantum field as a screen, right, as well. So I think it's doing two different things from my understanding from the presentation and talking to them at the booth. And so I think it has benefits for both, right? Because at first I was like, it's good. And then I thought about it more and I was like, well, wait, hold on. Even if it just blocked, right, the effects of my phone and things of that nature, and I stay at this current state, is much better than letting it be, progress into other conditions in 10, 20 extra amount of years, instead of restoring me back to when I was, young and prime and 14 version.
Okay, let's end this before you go off into a tangent. So yes, we'll continue to do updates here at the Biohacking Conference. We're going to compile all this information to a great podcast episode. I'm so excited about it. It's been
one. It's cool.
Yeah, and we just started.
Yes. All right. Next time is Salt.
Sauna.
All right.
Well, day one in the books.
Yes. Of the Biohacking Conference.
Yes, Biohacking World Conference, Chicago.
So it was a lot today.
It was. I'm
Mhm.
drained. I'm tired.
So this one might be a short one, but let's kind of just give a quick recap on today and some of our key thoughts or takeaways from today.
I think the biggest takeaway that we had, or that I had, was it has solidified what we have previously told our
Mm.
viewers, that biohacking in and of itself can be simple or very, very complex.
Yes.
And you can spend little to nothing, or
Spend.
you can spend a whole lot of money. So that we have confirmed for you.
Yes. And that the key to biohacking is thinking about like this. Any adjustment that you're trying to purposely do biologically is biohacking. When you're trying to basically take more control and guide the direction of whatever happened to you, what's happening to you biologically, whether you're trying to fix something, enhance something, or mitigate something, right? But you're doing it consciously, purposely, by design. Um, that is biohacking. Now,
Correct.
how you do it
Can vary.
is a panoply of different things, like
Yeah.
Donna said, that has a wide range. But really think about it like that whenever you're taking a conscious effort of impacting your biology.
Yeah.
It's biohacking,
Yeah.
you know. One of my takeaways, um, actually, that this is not a gender based space,
No.
right? If you're thinking about it, only this is something that one gender do, and it's not really for me because I'm not part of that gender, you are really doing yourself a disservice. Now, based off your gender, you may have different things that you may specifically want to work on. But there are some things about our biology that's just universal, whether you're male or female. And so, and there's so much stuff that is there. Sometimes it is based off of more leaning towards gender specific, but there's space for everyone.
Yes.
There's room for everyone of any ethnic group, of any gender, any orientation to find their space um, in this. And I think that's one of my biggest takeaways from it. And the piece I want to kind of highlight and encourage because, just as a man moving in male spaces, I just feel like not enough men, and hell, I've been guilty of it. I'm like, wow, I did a shake plate today, and we have two of them at home, and I barely use them. But also, I have them at home, and I have never felt the need to really explain it. And then someone explained it today, and I was like, good Lord. I honestly, I got certain areas that I do need to improve circulation that I knew I need to improve on, but I didn't know I had this thing at home because I just wasn't willing to take the time to do the vested interest in it, to do that. And I feel shame on me. I really do. I was like, damn, shame on me that I could actually be feeling and doing better, because I'm also fortunate because I do have a lot of resources at my home that I don't utilize all the things I have in there. I felt really conflicted by that. So that's just my
I'm glad he's
confessional.
coming alive.
Okay, why you gotta, what I'm saying? You make a man be vulnerable and share some things, and then you
I'm
gotta put,
glad.
and now yeah, and now you make me want to be like,
The other thing that I learned today was that because we are all very individual, biohacking can be complex. So the idea that what works for some may not
Mhm.
work for another.
Mhm.
For example, research, we've mentioned this before, research is coming out that cold plunging isn't necessarily good for women. However, there was a biohacker here today who happened to be female, and she was mentioning that she only takes cold showers, but she just does it from the neck down. Now, that is different technically than cold plunging, and you get to kind of control the temperature. However, it is a way that she has found to help boost her immune system without causing some of the other issues that may happen through cold plunging.
Yes. And cold plunging is also, just because you take a cold shower and cold plunging are very different. And how you actually, you literally submerging your organs and everything like that, sitting in that steady state where something is falling and bouncing off of you. You're not getting the same temperature impact unilaterally over your whole entire body. That's just the physics of it, how it's being sprayed based off of the shower compared to cold plunge is unilaterally everything is being, and submerged. It's no different than when you trying to, if you spend time trying to unthaw some meat, running water over it compared to you let it sit in a pool of water, you know that there's a difference of the thaw rate and things of that nature, just dealing with temperature. And so there is a difference and an impact. So the way you do that, I just want to clarify that the way you do that. And
now, I wasn't talking specifically about the actual action. I'm talking more about what one works for one, may not work for the other, but works for this person, may not work for that one. And that might be due to your physiology. It might be due to your sex. It might be due to your genetics. So when you're doing the biohacking, just because Sally told Janet, you got to do this and you got to take this supplement, Janet actually might not need that supplement or those specific things.
Yes. And so another revelation, as part of the recap for me, is that I see a great need that people need to apply a lot of critical thinking skills to assess when they move into this space. Because there's a lot of information, and much like we're dealing with different fitness and fitness trends and so forth, it may feel very contradictory. Someone's saying do something, then don't do something, and you're trying to find a universal thing, and it's really more of like, hey, one, how do you assess what is your issues going on with your own body, right? Then how to translate into what are certain modalities or therapies or actions that may address it. Then what do you need to do to verify that this treatment or this modality is what you should be even trying, right? What is it also, is it safe for you to try? And then what is the steps to verify that the efficacy of that particular actions or therapies or whatever is having an effect onto you for the positive? And so that's a lot of little different steps, but if you're just trying to do a catch-all, right? You just do this or don't do that. Make it binary, then what Donna is saying is truly, truly spot on, is that this is not pretty much anything medicine wise. It's very much it's very little things really binary, even though we want to think that way because it makes it easier, but it's really more of how do you critically think and process through and eliminate and add on things to make sure and then test and see how it goes. Is it something that you need to get get your blood workup done first to see if you're any nutrient deficient in certain ways? I looked at it and I saw someone that says gut ID. And so since I have indigestion issues and things of that nature, I'm like, wow, I may want to just get my gut health reviewed and see what exactly is some of my issues. Is it food allergies? Am I allergic to something or have a response to a particular thing? Is it that I have something else going on that is giving me inflammation that is thus triggered, or showing up when I eat certain eating things? I don't know. Is it just my what's that, the gut health, the bacteria,
the
right?
microbiome,
Yeah,
your gut
as
biome.
I'm doing things that are rocking and wreaking havoc on that, or do I play with time and sequence in the food? Some people say, hey, don't eat certain food groups together, eat them separately and give yourself time to process it and then go from there. There's all these different techniques, but all I'm saying is just I'm putting through two different things of thought process where if I don't critically think, I won't know how to solve. And if I'm not careful, I may end up either spending more than I should or not spending enough
Or causing damage.
or causing damage in areas. And so some of it's just like, hey, you have to think about it. And it also starts with you as an individual first. Assess what is the issue. I got issues with my feet. I got issues with my gut, right? I got, you know what I'm saying? I have, maybe some, yeah. And knowing that, and then take it from there and peel back the layers and take your time with it and don't rush it, you know? So those are my final thoughts that I've also just kind of learned that either been reinforced or highlighted to me. It's just like, hey, this is a process. This is a journey. Critically think, figure out your processing, and then don't rush it and don't put extra pressure on yourself for it to be magically fixed off of any initial attempt. Yeah. So.
All right. So
those are my thoughts.
In the books.
Yes.
Looking forward to
day two.
For day two. I have no idea. I haven't even looked at the agenda.
No
idea what was on it.
No, and we tired.
I am tired.
And
it was a lot of stimulation, but good stimulation.
Good stuff. So we'll tell you that, and hopefully day two we also show you a lot of the goodies that we got too.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yes. A lot of goodies. And we can explain that. That might be a separate, outside of recap, a separate episode.
Maybe we'll just like try out some of the stuff that they gave us and then tell you how it goes.
Yeah. Let you see us go through some of those things and some of the process.
Self-experimentation. Okay.
To a point. I ain't trying to just take some stuff that I was supposed to be taking.
Okay.
Just so I show you. All right. That's it. We're done. We're done. And salt.
Sauna. Thanks for tuning in to Salt, Sauna, Soul, where wellness meets wisdom, one episode at a time. If you found today's conversation inspiring, helpful, or just plain soul-soothing, we'd love it if you'd share it with someone who could use a little more calm, clarity, or community in their life. You can listen and subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or watch the full experience on YouTube. Just search Salt, Sauna, Soul and hit that follow or subscribe button. It helps more than you know. Got a wellness tip, question, or a story of transformation? We'd love to hear from you. Drop us a comment on YouTube or leave us a review wherever you're listening. It keeps the conversation going. This podcast has been powered by Halo Heat Sauna Studios, where touchless wellness meets total restoration. Learn more or book your next session at haloheatsaunastudios.com. Until next time, breathe deep, stay warm, and keep nurturing your soul.